Mandy sits at her desk, her room lit only by the metal lamp craning its neck over her Vault 79 manual. Flicking a page, she studies the maps of almost labyrinthian corridors, trying to discern the optimal path to the cafeteria in the dead of night. Closing her eyes, she pulls her arms upwards, yawning. After gently pumping her arms in front of her, her eyes rest on the walkie-talkie that sits on her desk, green light blinking. She picks it up and clicks the button, and the light goes solid.
"What's going on? I haven't heard from you guys in a while. Over,"
Mandy says. A nervous second passes by, and another. Then a click from the other side. "Not now!" Ant squeaks. Mandy's eyes go wide. Is something wrong? She wonders. Silently, she hopes they're okay, shaking. She sits, staring at the walkie-talkie in her palms, thumb quivering over the button. I have to ask if they're okay. I can't just leave them, but she said, not now. The walkie-talkie clicks on.
"Who's on the other side of this walkie-talkie? Over."
Mandy freezes. Her friends were caught. I should fess up. I could take the hit for this, and they won't get in trouble. The green light blinks ever onward, the device pressed between her sweating palms. She wheels open a drawer and puts the walkie-talkie into it. She wants to cower and hide in her bed, burrowed into the sheets, reading her favorite adventure novel and not having to worry about the consequences. They won't rat me out. I know they won't. They'll probably happily be put under quarter arrest in my name without spilling a word, and I'll enjoy the rest of my day without consequence. It isn't fair. It isn't fair to them or to myself. I have to do something about it. But not yet. The heat is too high now. I'll wait. They'll be put into quarter arrest, and I'll go and save them. But how? Mandy starts frantically searching her living quarters, eyes scanning shelves and drawers and her desk, looking for anything that could... Her hand stops over a device. The very device she plans to use at 1 a.m. She sighs to herself and smiles. I hope they got the capacitor.
You are under quarter arrest. Basically, what that means is you are... It's similar to house arrest.
I am grounded and locked in my room.
You're locked... Yeah, you're stuck in your living quarters for a week. You're not allowed to leave. Food will be delivered to you. That's the assumption. Well, I mean, Grey Goo will be delivered to you.
I was gonna say, what, do they, squeeze it under the door?
There's a little hole in the wall where it comes in through. With a little pane of glass.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is it like meat grinder where it's coming straight from the fucking hole, or is it coming in a receptacle that's holding it?
It's like a hamster where you have to put your face into the hole and eat it straight out of the wall.
Yeah, as it's being forcefully ejected out of the hole.
No, but I mean, your living quarters, they're fairly empty. You don't spend a lot of time in them. So I mean, there's a bed. There's
it looks like a crack den, basically.
Basically, yeah. There's a bed. There's a simple sink. There's a vent. There is... See, what else would a living quarters have? small drawer for personal possessions, and that's about it. Other than what you have on your person, that's all you've got in here. You don't spend a lot of time in here. It's just like a single bed, a little water sink, and like a drawer for personal possessions, and then like an air vent.
Okay. I was thinking, what if I occasionally saw through my cam addict eyes a human-sized talking radroach that goes by the name of Tyrone, who tells me to kill people.
I love
Okay,
that
okay.
on every level.
But it's not like a constant thing. It's like occasionally I'll just be like hanging out or whatever, and out of the corner of my eye I'll spot him, like Shia LaBeouf style, you know?
Okay, well, now I have to come up with a voice for Tyrone.
Oh, nice.
You've just invented this new character that I have to come up with a voice for.
Let's see. I don't feel like it should be too wacky. Like, that's up to you. You know, you got this. Lay it on me.
You've been in here for a few minutes, and you go to sit on the bed. It's a very, it's the kind of bed that you would get in a prison cell, right? They don't give a shit about thread count or anything.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it by choice or because of the population?
It's just
problems?
because they couldn't afford to put super high quality
Okay.
sheets or mattresses or pillows like from MeUndies in here. That's what MeUndies does, right? They sponsor podcasts, so like we gotta like suck up to them so that they like.
Oh yeah,
sponsor
for
us.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
What about a Dollar Shave Club?
Dollar Shave Club. Yeah, you have a box from Dollar Shave Club sitting next to your bed, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll shave. No, the bed is not very soft, and you hear the springs like creak like as you like sit down, and it's like super not supportive.
Okay.
And it just kind of dawns on you that you're stuck. You're stuck in here, and then. Fuck. You've introduced this whole like new thing. I love it.
Okay.
I'm in full support. I wasn't expecting this. Okay. Suddenly, out of the corner of your fucking hell.
Out of yo
Suddenly, out of the corner of your eye, you see on top of the dresser a figure standing there, and it takes a moment for you to focus your eyes and like squeeze and like you do that thing where you blink like really weirdly.
Yeah.
Stretch your eyelids,
Mm-hmm.
and you look up and you see a super tall, like standing on two legs, cockroach, giant.
I was thinking just like a normal ass like cockroach on four, like all like on all. Do cockroaches have 4 or 6 legs?
I have no idea.
Whatever. I was like expecting like a normal human-sized cockroach. I was not expecting it to be standing like upright like a human.
This one's standing on 2 hind legs, and it's like huge. Like this is something you've never seen before.
Oh, nice.
And he says, "Skuff, what are you doing?"
Well there, mister. I'm just sitting here. As you can see, I'm on lockdown.
You're gonna let them get you down? Why don't you crack open that vent and get out of here?
Well, how could I say no to that?
And maybe once you get out of here, you can take that combat knife of yours and, I don't know, shove it into one of the guys that put you in here.
Well, Big Skuff has been getting kind of dry.
Attaboy. And it hops down and slaps you on the back.
Did I feel it, or?
See that vent over there? See the screws on there?
Mm-hmm.
I call them flatheads, because that's what they are.
See, I thought they were called Tiddly Dwinks, but that sounds way better.
No, they're flathead screws. Why don't you head on over there, get on your hands and knees, pull out that knife of yours, and use it to turn them.
Well,
pry them on out.
Alright, so I'm gonna go over there, and I'm gonna whip out Big Skuff, and I'm going to use it as a makeshift screwdriver.
Alright.
Man, this is gonna be great to explain.
I don't know what check. Let's see.
So
this would be, I think lockpick is the best
Alright,
option we have
well,
here.
hopefully it shouldn't be too hard to open up a screw thing. So, how does, let's see, that would be 60, like, 2? 63. Maths.
63. So with a 63, it's a bit challenging, right? Because, I mean, the knife is, like, huge compared to the screws. These are, like, a centimeter, half a centimeter wide.
They don't call it Big Skuff for nothing.
I mean, this is basically like a kitchen knife, like a steak knife.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's the size of that. So you're slipping it into those tiny little holes. It fits, but you're kind of like gripping it with both hands as you turn it, trying not to dig your hand into the blade, and it keeps slipping out.
Okay, I got a question.
So,
are you purposely trying to make this sound dirty? Because, boy...
No, not really.
Okay, because everything you just said...
It just keeps slipping out.
Dude, Big Skuff just keeps on slipping out. I grabbing it with 2 hands, trying to put it in, but it just won't. It doesn't fit.
Eventually, you figure out that if you put it in kind of towards the tip, it turns a little bit better. And you're able to pry out the screws. And you take the vent off of the vent. That doesn't make any sense. You take the cover off of the vent, and it's right there. I mean, you could crawl in.
Oh, I mean, I could, or I could just sit here and stare off into the void while I shoot up jet into my bloodstream. But no, I will go in.
Attaboy, says Tyrone.
Attaboy.
That's my boy. Tyrone is your dad.
Tyrone is my dad.
Tyrone is Papa's papa.
So yeah, I crawl into the vent and try and work my way outside.
The vent is cold as hell. It is. I mean, it's an air conditioning vent, right? And because of the vault being underground, it gets hot. Because it's close to the Earth's core. It gets hot. It's a closed-off space. It gets hot. But because of that, we need a lot of AC, and this vent is cold. So that's a lot. That's a lot of wordage to say it's cold, and it's an air conditioning vent. It's air conditioning.
Okay.
Surprise. But you're able to crawl up. I mean, it's like a long, straight metallic tunnel, basically. Well, not straight. It has a lot of twists and turns at 90 degrees and whatnot. There's even a part where you have to, like, stand up and climb, like, your body length.
Nice.
So go ahead and actually roll. Is there athletics? What would it be? That would be an agility save.
Oh yeah, okay. Agility save. Wow, that's like one of my best. That's one of my best things. Watch me say that and get like a 3. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
Agility save would be 57. No, sorry. No. 77.
Ooh, okay. So it's maybe twice your height. This little straight up part.
51 plus 26 equals 57. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that works. No, it's like twice your height, and you have to like do that thing where you like push your legs against both sides.
The ninja shimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's really tough. You are able to do it, and then you're gripping the top of this little upwards shaft, and you're gripping the edge. And, your fingers feel like they're about to slip, but you keep pushing up, and you're able to hurl yourself over that edge. And before you see more air conditioning vent.
Who would have guessed?
But more importantly, there's a grate.
Oh, nice. I will go over and check. So are these grates like the ones where you could like see through, or are they like the weird like like downward slanted ones?
No, you can see through it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go over and check and see if I can see anything fancy through it.
First of all, go ahead and roll sneak.
Sneak. That is that number 76.
Jesus Christ, you're barely beating my DC. So if the DC for the past 2 rolls were 75, just so you know.
Holy shit.
You are the luckiest motherfucker. You are able to get over to the grate without much issue. And you hear a voice speaking down below the grate. I mean, you see through it. It's like one of the main hallways. And you see Justin Carey. And he has, how they have like the arm radios?
Mm-hmm.
AKA Pip-Boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Pip-Boy? Justin Carey. He's the who is he?
He's Mandy's dad.
That's right. Yep.
He was the guy from earlier. So you hear him saying, "Overseer, what did you want to tell me about?" Radio receiver. Huh. But why now? Okay, okay. I'll head down there. And then, he puts his Pip-Boy down and he starts walking down the hallway.
Is he okay? So how many? There's two. There's the overseer and there's Mandy's dad. Yeah.
The overseer is not in the room.
Oh, it was over the radio.
He was talking over the radio on his Pip-Boy.
So is it just Mandy's dad there?
It was just Justin. Just in case Justin Carey.
Okay. Is he walking away or towards me?
Well, given that you're up, away.
Well, no, I mean like, no.
Oh, well, no, he was basically like right below you.
Oh, in that case, okay. Do I recognize him as one of the people? Okay, that's probably a dumb question.
You would recognize him.
Okay, following the holy words that is of my father Tyrone, I'm going to bust out and like try and sneak attack him.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll sneak. Jesus Christ.
All right.
This isn't gonna end well.
Well, I mean, I can't just not listen to my father.
Jimmy, no.
Okay, what if I told you that my dice are not loaded and I swear that I got oh, never mind. I just realized different numbers. 26 plus 26 is
52?
52. 52. Does that beat it? Probably not.
So
Fuck.
you smash the vent in, and then he immediately turns around and says, "What the hell?"
Nothing to see here, mister.
Okay. He looks like he's about to go at you, so what are you gonna do?
Am I still in the vent? Or did I
No, you fell down.
Oh, okay. What do I do?
So what happened is you smashed the vent. It came you know how it will rotate straight down so it's vertical?
Mm-hmm.
And then you jumped down and landed on your feet, and all of it was very loud. So he whipped around on his feet, looked at you, and said, "What the hell?"
No, okay, I was thinking he was basically directly under me, kind of. But no.
He had started walking away.
I was thinking I wanted to do this before he started walking away. I didn't realize. Yeah, but no, I didn't. I thought you meant I slammed my body against it, but nothing happened, other than making a bunch of sound.
No, I want to say you jumped down.
I
mean, unless describe to me how you were gonna try to do the vent. This is your decision.
Okay. So this was my thought. Okay. So after seeing what's his face Mandy's papa talk to Mandy's normal father talk to the overseer. I see him starting to walk away, and I'm like, well, now's my time. And then I boom, and try to jump him. Basically, I don't know, man.
So you were trying to go down then.
I was trying to go down on him, but not sexual.
So yeah, you were trying to jump down. So yeah, what I said,
okay.
You smash the vent. It falls vertical, and then you jump down. Or let's say you slip and fall down and barely land on your feet, and he turns around and says, "What the hell?" So now he's looking straight at you. He looks like he's about to run after you and chase. What are you gonna do?
Like I said before, man, my father, he's very persuasive, and I can't say no to him, so I'm going to charge him with my combat knife.
Oh my god. Okay, so.
All right.
Let's roll initiative. Holy shit. What are you doing? This is not at all what I thought was going to happen.
You just had my father tell me to kill those who put me in here. Now you're thinking that...
I did.
Okay.
But I didn't expect Tyrone to exist, so I guess you can forgive me.
Okay, no, that's fair. D20, right?
I think so.
I'm thinking initiative.
I think it's D20. We haven't done combat before, not proper combat.
It's D20, but it's your agility modifier. I remember.
Yeah, it's the same as 5e.
Okay, yeah. In that case, I got 21.
So you're going first. You're gonna attack him with the combat knife.
Yeah, hold on. Let me quickly whip up that thing. It was player's manual, right?
Wasteland Survival Guide 2.0. How many AP do you have?
I have 10 AP. With a combat knife, it is a quick weapon, so I get an additional attack with it.
Okay. Combat knife AP cost is 2. And then you said it was, let's see, quick.
Okay, yeah, because it's a quick weapon and I'm level 1, I get 2 attacks with it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so to make an attack roll, roll 20-sided dice, add your modifier for that weapon type. Oh, Jesus. My weapon type. That would be melee weapon. +3, so I got a 9.
To hit?
Compare that number to his... Yeah, 9 to hit. Compare the number to his DR or ER. I'm assuming DR.
His DR is 13. What'd you say you got?
I got a 9.
Okay.
Okay, well that's just one attack, I guess. So, second attack.
Go for it again.
Okay, much better. 19 + 3, so 22. No, yes.
Okay, so you hit him, and I think that's...
1d4 + 3. 5.
5 damage. Okay, so you're hitting with the combat knife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you slash at his arm with that second attack.
So
And he pulls back. It's cut through his outfit. And he says, "You little..." And he whips out a wrench that he has.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wait, how many action points use for attack using items, or whatever, besides your... So wait, so... Can I do multiple things in a turn?
Yes.
Okay.
If you have items, like...
I do have items.
Like what?
Should have probably used it first. Hold on, wait, let me cook. So I have 3 jet and a psycho. Jet is 2 action points. Psycho... Oh, well, fuck, I should have done that. Or wait, I can still probably do it, but obviously not before, duh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can... Once you do an attack, it uses all your AP.
Oh, okay. So he's going to whip out a wrench that he has in his tool belt, and he's going to swing it at your head, trying to knock you out. So let's go ahead and roll.
I have a DR of 20.
That is going to be... So he doesn't hit. I think he would get 2 attacks. So
what weapon is he using? You said?
a wrench.
Oh, okay.
It's not on the...
Oh, okay.
It's not on the list. He's gonna attack again. This time he got... What do you say your DR was?
20.
So he got 20.
Oh, nice.
So he would hit. He's going to do 1d4 plus 1 damage to you to knock you unconscious. So that's 2.
So 3 damage?
No, 2.
Oh, 2 damage.
That was the 1d4 plus 1.
Oh, okay. Alright.
He bonks you on the head with the wrench. It kind of like... It's at an angle so that it doesn't hurt too bad. It kind of just like skids off your head.
Okay.
But it does hurt a little.
Alright, I'm at 5.
He says, "Fucking piece of..." And he's gonna back off. It's your turn?
Okay, my turn. So okay, I'm assuming when it gets back to our turn, our AP resets, or
Yes.
okay.
I believe so.
In that case, I'm going to shoot up one of my Ooh, do I want to use my psycho or do I want to use a jet? I'm going to use my psycho. Okay, so
what does that do?
Okay, hold on. When I use an addictive chem, you must make an addiction saving throw. See section 3.3 for information on addiction.
You must make an endurance saving throw. You use only your base score for this save. You apply no bonuses from chems, food, or worn items. The addiction DC is shown on the chem table. So...
Okay, so I make an endurance saving throw?
Endurance saving throw using your base score. So, not using the save, but using the base score.
Okay, so I do the 100... I'm assuming I do the 100 dice? Or the 100 percentile die?
D100, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the DC, I'll look for it. You said you're using Psycho?
Yes.
Okay, so the addiction is 8. Yeah, it's probably a D20.
You only use your base score. Okay, I'm assuming that means like the negative or like the plus or so.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, bouncing off the table. 4. All right, hell yeah.
So you So what happens after that? You fail to save.
I failed to save. So I obviously, the drug works, but so I have -1 endurance and I said psycho, yeah? Minus.
This is after this is so the effects for right now are +1 damage, +1 DR and ER. That's for a minute.
Okay.
So I mean, let's go by 5e rules and say a minute is 10 turns.
Okay. Psycho -1 endurance and -1 perception.
And yes, that's after that minute.
Dang, I was hoping I'd get the buff. So I have a perk, the No Chems Rage. It's +1 damage under withdrawal, but technically I'm not under withdrawal. Damn, okay, whatever.
Yeah. No, you get withdrawal after the minute.
Okay, and then I'm going to do my
This is the start of your turn. That was that 2 AP?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right? Hold on.
Is Psycho like a needle or what is it?
I'm thinking Psycho is a needle and Jet is like the
It
inhalers.
sure looks like a needle. So you pull out Psycho and you just like jab it in your arm.
Okay, then I'm going to do I'm going to attack him with my shit.
Go for it.
That's right. Okay. First attack, 9, so nothing.
That doesn't hit.
Then second attack, over 20. So
the first one, he jumps back and then you plunge forward and like get him in. Well, I mean, roll damage and see where you get him.
Okay. Damage is a D4 plus 4 this time.
That's right.
For 8 damage.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you get him like right in the tum-tum.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't go very deep.
Okay, well, whatever. As I hit him, I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry. It's just my father said I had to.
You fucking piece of shit.
Nothing personal.
And he's like reeling now. He looks like he's about to fall over. And suddenly, running down the hallway, you hear footsteps. Clomp, clomp, clomp. And then they stop. And you hear a gasp. What the hell are you doing? That's my dad!
I'm gonna like scrunch my face, squint my eyes, kind of turn to her and be like, "Hey, Mandy."
That's my fucking dad. What the hell are you doing?
Well, okay, so my father Tyrone told me to. So if anything, I feel like it's his fault.
Yeah, she runs up to you and smacks you in the fucking face.
Ow.
And then she rushes over to her dad and says, "Dad, are you okay?" And he just collapses then and there.
Nice.
At the very least, he's unconscious, and like the wrench has fallen out of his hand. And she looks up at you and she says, "Look what you did! This is my dad. Like, I care about him." She's struggling to speak.
Meow.
She starts calling for help. She starts shouting for the doctor to be brought up here.
Is it just Mandy there?
Mandy and Justin.
Okay, I'm gonna book it. Like, run as fast as I can out of there and look for somewhere to hide.
Well, I think, don't you want to see if you can try to find Ant? You're on the upper floor, which, I don't know, I think you're on the upper floor. I don't know. You're on the whichever floor Ant's room is on.
Okay, I will like quickly but carefully look for my friend Ant. I'm assuming we're friends.
I mean, yeah, you're friends.
Yeah, I'm looking for Ant.
Howard Todd is kind of so the way this vault looks is like the upper floor has like a railing, and Howard Todd's like leaning against the railing, and he watches you as you run past, and he's like, "Oh, Papa Skuff, I mean, look what you did back there. I'm thinking I ought to cut you off."
So, like, you say that, but, like, I promise, my father told me to, and what am I to say no to him,
Your father, huh?
My father, Tyrone, yeah.
Your father, Tyrone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to cut you off for a while.
Well, alright, I guess. I mean, you sure?
You stabbed a man.
Well, okay,
I don't think that's appropriate behavior, dude.
I want you to think of this. All right, we've been friends for a while. Okay, what if
friends?
Like you're sitting there in your room, and your father, like a big, sentient, moving, talking cockroach comes up to you and is like, "Hey, son, you know what? See that van over there? You should break out and go and kill the people that brought you here." I mean, like, what are you to say no to that?
Friends don't let friends stab other people.
Then where were you?
Well, I mean, I didn't know you were going to stab another person.
I didn't either.
But if I had been there, I wouldn't have let you stab another person. You know, it's a pretty self-explanatory situation, Mr.
Alright,
Stuff.
you know what? Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna toss him a jet, and I'm gonna be like, alright, you take this, I wasn't here. And then I'm gonna continue booking it.
Fair enough.
I once was a man who lived a simple life, but now I've no plan. My world is full of strife, and perhaps I'm a little bit reckless, but I don't really care. The roach had me kill him, said if there's guts you'll spill him. I did what he said without a thought, and though it may seem a bit absurd to take a cockroach on his word, Tyrone is not a roach that I trust not. Ooh.
Ant, you are under quarter arrest. You've been basically sealed into your room off to the side of the Smith living quarters, right? So there's the main room, they have like a little side room, and you have a side room, and you're sealed off in yours. There's a bed, there's like a dresser. What other stuff do you think that you would have in your living quarters?
I feel like Ant would have, like, a lot of drawings of, like, animals that she poorly made. Because even though she likes to draw a lot, they're all, like, still really shitty. And, like, probably, like, if there's, like, this dystopian future National Geographic from years ago, she'd probably have, like, a few copies she found and was like, this is mine now. Look at these things called penguins.
National Geological.
A bunch of zoo books from
for sure.
like 1999.
Oh yeah,
And then
like the ones that come with like those stickers.
I had
Yeah.
so many zoo
Oh, yeah.
books growing up. Don't know where they are, and I'm sad.
I wish I did. She also has like a really old looking dollhouse that she tinkers with, so it would normally look like a pretty normal dollhouse, but no. It looks fucking dystopian as shit because she probably like replaced
And, like-
the limbs and like made robot arms for her dolls.
And like the heads are like zombies.
So Ant is
Oh
just
my
Sid.
Yeah.
no.
Ant is Sid.
Ant is just Sid. Okay.
Yeah.
Sant.
The dollhouse probably is, like has like really weirdly painted. Well, yeah, she probably just tinkers with it a lot. And
I don't
just-
think it's as immoral because I'm
No.
not gonna make it canon
Oh yeah.
to this game that toys are alive.
Oh yeah. Well, that and the fact that she just likes customizing them and she's not doing it out of like pure just, oh, I like to torture toys. It's like, oh man, this Barbie's arm fell off. Time to give it a robo arm I made out of paper clips.
Think of it from Sid's perspective, right? He doesn't know that
He doesn't
toys...
know they're alive, but he's still being like openly malicious.
I guess it's been a long time since I've seen the movie, but like I don't remember him like actively going out of his way to like torture real people, just like the toys. Unless he was mean to Andy.
He did not at all, but he was still just a dick.
He was like a fucking 10-year-old, dude.
He jumped on arcade machines, he stole his sister's toy and, like, ripped it off just to torment her. Like, Ant isn't, like, taking him apart on purpose or stuff. It's just like, oh, this arm, like, it was really flimsy and it fell off. I'm gonna give this Barbie now a fucking robo arm. Or she just was like, I'm gonna flip this house, like, I'm gonna make this house look so cool, and then she puts, like, really shitty, like, fake wallpaper in there that's actually pieces of a bad zoo book she didn't like. Like, you know, like, she just, like, makes really shitty modifications to her dollhouse.
I really like that. So the Smiths are in like the main area of the living quarters, so they can sort of see you through the little porthole in the door that's sealing you in, as doors are wont to do. They would be able to see you if you were trying to sneak out, but even if you were trying to sneak out, the door is locked.
Okay, I'm gonna do what any weird child being would do in a movie. I'm gonna put my face against the porthole glass. Probably just breathe into it and get all foggy, or lick it and just like weird them out to get them to stop watching me.
They're not actively watching you.
Just when they look over, just start licking the glass, like, ugh. Fuck you, the Smiths.
They they look over at you, and they see you doing this to the glass. And I think Mr. Smith says, "The hell are you doing, Samantha?"
Can you let me out, please?
I gotta have myself a giggle real quick. Hold on.
I didn't know what to say.
That's really good.
Straight to the point.
I think don't even like roll persuasion for this. I think this or speech for this. This is kind of one of those ones that's like an automatic failure. I can't just let you out after you pull something like that every single time. You gotta learn your lesson. And he turns back and he's like reading. I guess not. He wouldn't be reading a newspaper, but
An old newspaper that like
he's reading
like,
an old newspaper.
Oh, the Cubs won that game.
He's reading an old newspaper from the year 2037, and it's like really old. It's like old.
Okay, so Ant has a great idea. I'm gonna take a page out of that one zoo book I really hate, and I'm gonna slap it against the phlegm and saliva porthole so I can cover it up.
Oh, you're really planning ahead on this one. Gee, what would that even be? I want to say either repair or sneak, but neither of those like really fully make sense. Let's just go with sneak.
Alright, that is 106.
Jeez.
For the zoo book slapping.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're able to, without drawing too much attention, rip out a page of the zoo book, and affix it to, not affix it, but like stick it to that little port window and cover it up.
Okay.
It leaves a little bit on the side. It's a little bit bigger than the page, so that there are still like crescent moon slivers on the right and left side. You have to kind of like pick a side, or sort of cover most of it, but you got most of it covered.
And then my next plan is I'm gonna take one of my dolls with a very loose head. And like I'm thinking like Ant would have at least one that's just a fabric doll.
Yeah.
So probably that one. Find some loose stitches and stick the capacitor in it, so that way she could like find a way to sneak it over to her friend, hopefully soon, and be like, "Here, take this."
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have a fabric doll.
Yeah.
Let's do repair for this, I guess. Just like a flat.
Another thing I am proficient in. Ho ho.
Yeah.
Ho ho. Fuck. Okay, that is a. Oh, that's not too bad. That's a 74.
Yeah, you're able to find loose stitches like near the leg, and you're able to slip it in the capacitor into the doll, like right in with the stuffing, and then more or less tighten the stitches pretty well. You've done it. You did it. You solved my capacitor in a doll puzzle.
Okay, now the next step is to get out of here or get my friend in here so I could give her the doll.
Mm-hmm. And how do you suppose you're going to do that?
Well, now that the National Geographic is on the
the National Geological.
Yeah, the National Geological and the Park book.
National Geo-Erotica.
No. Anyway, so
Dude, that mountain's hot as fuck.
Look at those mounds.
would the Smith like open the door and be like, "Hey, take that off there"? If Ant's like, "I'm not taking off my fucking cover on my window. Fuck you."
I don't think they would. I feel like the way they see it is you're just kind of annoyed, and you want privacy.
But I'm just gonna call their attention and be like, "Hey, hey." Just slap the door, and they'll just turn over and see like an owl or something just on the portal with phlegm on it. Like, what the fuck? Oh, she's just like, hey,
yeah.
on the door. Like, come.
Yeah, Mr. Smith turns up from his old newspaper. You see through the little crack on the side that he stands up and walks toward the window that is now covered, and he says, "Come on, Aunt, take that down."
I'm not gonna.
And he just he turns around and sits down with the newspaper again.
I'm gonna be like, no, I want, hey,
Hey!
just hey, come back over here.
I can't talk to you if you have that thing up.
You sly son of a bitch. Okay, I'm gonna take it down.
Sweet, my persuasion roll worked. My speech rolling means.
Oh man, you actually rolled for that? God.
No, I didn't.
God. She's gonna 100% stick it back up though, like as soon as possible.
He turns around and walks up and he looks at you through the window and he says, "What do you want?"
Can I at least see Mandy?
I don't know where she is.
Well, she's in her normal area. I wanted to give her my doll real here because the stuffing's kind of getting old, and I was wondering if she could, like, help me replace it because, I'm stuck in here with no friends.
Go ahead.
Or anything.
Go ahead and roll speech.
Alright, so, let's see here. So 96?
Yep. With a 96, he looks over at Mrs. Smith, his wife, as you might have guessed.
Yes.
And he looks over at Mrs. Smith, and then he looks back at you, and he says, why don't we go and see if we can find her?
Okay, thank you.
And then they, he puts the newspaper down, and he, gets his wife, and the two of them leave the quarters.
Gonna quickly slap that paper back on.
Bong! So, Jimmy, you are, you've just spoken to Howard Todd after the whole incident that just happened.
What happened?
Oh boy. I want this to be really dramatic, so I'm not going to tell them what happened.
Okay.
You're running, I'm assuming you're running down the hallway trying to get to Ants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm going to have you roll a perception save.
Perception, that is these. A 69. Hey, nice.
You see, coming out of the living quarters of one Aunt Brown, the Smiths. They haven't seen you yet.
Don't the Smiths have, like, one child?
I don't remember if I said they had a kid, but they might. But the kid's not present.
Yeah, because we tried making them based off, like, the Dursleys, so I was like, they have one child that is the one Smith child.
The kid's not here right now. It doesn't really matter. But
Okay, Smith spawn gone.
Papa Scuff, you see the two, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They've just left their living quarters. They haven't seen you yet, but they are coming this way.
Is there any place nearby that I could hide?
There's another living quarters next door to theirs.
Oh no.
That has the front door wide open and the lights off.
That is a very interesting door. So I'm going to. Well, if there's no other place I could hide or anything, I'll go try and hide in there.
I mean, unless you want to jump off, because you're on the upper level. Unless you want to jump off, But I don't think you want to do that.
I don't know. I have already had my experiences of jumping off tall places. Thank you very much.
All right, so go ahead and roll sneak.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, it could be better, but a 36.
Oh no.
Well, they got a 13, so you're good.
Oh my god.
You're able to duck into this door, this dark room, and duck behind the door, and the Smiths, I almost said the Browns, the Smiths don't notice you. You see them walk past, and then you're good.
Okay. I go over to the Smith's residence to find my friend Ant.
You are in the living quarters of the Smiths, and you see a poster affixed to the window. And it's like a page from, which one did you say it was? The Zoo magazine?
Yeah, the
The
Parky
Zoo
books.
It's
Oh,
like
no,
a picture of a. It's like a picture of a whale, but it's like really faded and shitty.
Wow, that's just like Papa used to show me.
Papa Scuff?
Papa Scuff.
Ant, is that you?
Papa Scuff, what the heck are you doing here?
Well, about that, I'm gonna try and open the door.
Please, okay, I
No,
can't believe
I'm doing that. Like, I'm doing that. I'm trying to open the door.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell him to stop. Like, no,
I'm just gonna
no.
go ahead and say that you're unable to do that.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
looks like
okay.
you're stuck in there, Ant.
Don't worry, Papa Scuff. I currently got a plan. I got the capacitor, and the Smiths are currently bringing over Mandy, so I could give it to her.
Oh,
hid
they
it.
are, huh?
You hear someone laughing from the doorway, and you see one Howard Todd, and he has in his hand the device Mandy had shown you just earlier.
Well, if it isn't my good friend.
What did he do?
And he's like tossing it up and down with a smirk on his face. You guys looking for this?
Are you betraying us, or?
How dare you accuse my good friend of betraying us? I trust him.
Mandy kind of had to hand this to me after what happened to her dad out there.
Wait, what?
Well, this guy didn't tell you?
Well, okay, well, whatever he tells you, it's not true.
What happened? What happened to her? Is she okay?
I think we should probably worry about getting you out of there first.
Is she okay?
He finally comes out of the doorway. He's holding the device. And he says, "You got a capacitor, right?"
Yeah, let me just gonna open the doll and be like, I was gonna give her this in an attempt to give her it incognito, but apparently you got the capacitor. Anyway, what the fuck happened to Mandy? Gonna hand it over though while saying just what the fuck happened.
I can assure you that Mandy is fine. Nothing's wrong with Mandy.
What about her dad? What did you do?
Well, all right. So here, okay, fine. All right, now that I'll give you the lowdown. All right, okay, don't tell anybody. But my father, all right, he told me that I should go and seek revenge. So I snuck through the air vents. And, well, it turns out that, insert Mandy's father's name here was,
Justin Carey.
I know what I said. Well, okay, so,
Why did you respond in character?
I thought that was a great opportunity. I thought that was a great opportunity to, my father's never lied to me. He's never led me astray. My father is a great, great man. Okay?
Oh my god, Papa Scuff's a
Did
murderer!
you kill Mandy's father?
Not yet.
I don't know.
He was the butler the whole
It was the
time.
Scuff man.
I promise you, I have no clue on the current condition of Mandy's father.
That's reassuring.
Holy fuck, Papa Scuff! You can't just do that!
I can clue you in on that. He's alright. They took him down to the hospital wing.
Damn.
Oh, thank God. God, they probably know that you're probably out then.
No kidding. Let's get you out of there. Can you slip the capacitor under the door?
No, you're gonna have to open the door.
Can you... Okay. No, you see that slot under the door, and Howard Todd points under the door.
He sticks his finger under the door and wiggles it a
He
bit.
sticks his pinky finger under the door. You see my finger? There's a slot there. Just small enough that you could fit the capacitor through.
Okay.
Why don't you slip the capacitor through?
Gonna, like, cautiously hand him the capacitor.
He takes it, and he pops open the back of the device, and he slots it in, closes it, the mini EMP targeting device, the MEMPTID,
Just say EMP.
the mini EMP targeting device. What he does is he turns a few dials, he, like, inspects the door frame. I'm not quite sure how this thing works, and then he presses the button on the face, and the door pops open. There we go.
Gonna kick it open and be like, sweet
And
freedom.
actually, the page of the magazine sort of like flutters to the ground.
So long, my phlegm-covered window.
Rip well.
Time to ask Howard Todd a lot of questions. Like, for example, okay, so first off, where the fuck is Mandy, and why did she give that to you, or did she not give that to you, and what is going on now? And by the way, do we have to go beat up the Overseer's kid now? Because I feel like if we're gone for too long, they're gonna start searching for us, and, I think Papa Scuff will be easy to find.
Well, I can assure you that beating up the Overseer's kid is the least of our problems.
What did you guys do?
He already told you what he did. I don't know what you...
Rest
You guys heard the
assured,
story, right?
rest assured that Mandy's father definitely does not have at least 5 stab wounds.
You didn't.
Papa Scuff!
It wasn't 5. I think you hit him like twice.
It was like 3 times.
Okay, I have a question. Is there like alcohol in the vault? Yeah, okay. Aunt may be 16, but she's 3 seconds away from just taking a chug out of any alcohol the Smiths might have out of just pure, like...
Actually, I can't decide.
Anxiety.
I feel like there probably would be alcohol. Even if there's not food, I think there would be alcohol. I think.
Want some cans?
Alright, time to take, like, one quick... Like, time to walk over and be like, you fucking drove me to this. You drive me to drink. You drive me to drink. I'm gonna take, like, one swig and then immediately start coughing because that shit tastes nasty. There's no such thing as a good tasting alcohol, and anyone who says, "Oh, alcohol tastes good," they're lying.
That's not entirely true. There are good tasting alcohols.
There's like one I've ever had that tasted good.
Usually it's cider.
Yeah, it was cider.
Or like hard lemonade that tastes good.
Oh yeah,
like
I had a
beer.
pineapple
Beer's just
cider,
like
but
shit.
like I'm guessing this would probably just be like normal like scotch or something.
It's just probably like scotch.
Yeah, she'd immediately basically nearly piss, like not like she immediately like spit it out, like that one Vine where it's the kid going like, "Gonna drink this bottle of vodka down the hatch," and he starts
down the hatch.
Yeah, that she would basically do that, like I'm gonna seem hard and cool, and then immediately it's like, "Oh my god, this is disgusting."
And Papa Scuff takes it and chugs the whole thing.
I'm joking. Let's
They probably won't blame me for that.
Yeah.
We should probably get moving.
Okay, where are we going?
Howard Todd looks at you, Papa Scuff. Papa Scuff, not you, Aunt. Papa Scuff. And he says, "I forgot to tell you, they're trying to throw you out of the vault now."
Well,
what?
What about my father? Is my father okay?
Papa Scuff, do you even have a dad in the vault?
No. He doesn't.
What are you talking about? Of course I do.
Howard Todd leans over to you, Aunt, and he says, "I think the drugs have been dealing you and started fucking him up a little bit." I think he started seeing things.
Howard Todd, do you have enough power or influence to stop him from being kicked out? Because if he gets
God, no.
if he gets kicked out, it's gonna be a slippery slope, and maybe I'll get kicked out.
And then the podcast won't make sense because it'll go completely against what I had planned just because Papa Scuff decided to attack a dude.
Oh my God. We got
and then my whole plans will go off track and everything will be weird.
We gotta find a way to stop this before we all get kicked out. And I'm gonna look at the phlegm-covered window, oh God, this is my crime.
I think the best shot for right now is just to lay low.
How can we lay low if you got me to escape? The only way to lay low is to just stay put. But the problem is we can't stay put because, tomorrow, the Overseer's kid, who I completely forgot his name by now, because fuck him.
Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah's gonna fucking beat up... Isn't it Eugene, the other kid?
Edwards, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Is gonna beat up Eugene, and he doesn't deserve that. And with his muscle enhancers, he could do some serious damage. And we need to teach Isaiah a lesson, but he's a fucking piece of shit, and we can't wait a week to let this all go down. But we can't lay low if I escape, but I can't stay in here for... She's starting to go off on her whole tangent.
Look, you're right. I think we should, deal with Isaiah.
Oh, I could deal with Isaiah.
I have an idea. Okay, so they're not likely to throw me out unless I do a serious crime like murder, right?
I think general attacking people counts, but yeah.
Oh shit, I was about to say I was about to suggest that because I am also a child around Isaiah's age, just beat him up, and then I get grounded for longer.
Well, no, beating
But-
him up is different. Like, attacking him with a knife is what I think he meant.
Oh yeah, I just want to hit him with my fist.
Pure fistage.
Yeah, that way, he learns his lesson, and I just get grounded for longer and then not thrown out, or you guys don't get in trouble for beating up a child.
That makes sense.
Yeah, isn't that smart?
Is Papa Scuff not a child?
His name is
I don't
Papa
know.
Scuff. He's probably like 50 years old with like a gray salty beard or something.
Papa Scuff, how
I'd
old
like
are
to
you?
think I'm at least in my late 20s.
He's in his late 20s?
Mid 30s.
You've been hanging around with like this like 16-year-old.
I legit thought that Papa Scuff was like in his 50s and had like a salt and pepper beard, and like the fact that he's now in his late 20s and he has the
No,
fucking
I'm in,
name
like-
Papa Scuff is like so
I'm
obscure.
in like my late 20s and 30s and I look fairly ghoulish.
I was expecting him to be old. I was expecting him to look like a sailor, like a really ghoulish, drugged up sailor. And then you burst in like, nah, he's like John Mulaney's age, and it's like, what the fuck? That's not
I've had
true.
like this intense cognitive dissonance over how old Papa Scuff
Yeah.
is since we started.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it doesn't really make sense that he'd be hanging out with a 16-year-old.
I was expecting just an old man because Ant's weird and she just connected to the other weird guy here, but no. Just a fucking...
I figured they were about the same age.
You
but
figured that he was about 16 when his name is fucking Papa Scuff.
I just thought it was weird.
There's a
I just
lot
thought
of
he
weird
was weird
things.
and like a druggie.
There's a lot of weird things about Papa Scuff, but I think hanging out with the weird 16-year-old zoo book owner who spits on windows and makes doll chimeras
Tries to
is
give
the
away
le-
hair.
Yeah, tries to give... Oh, that reminds me, did the Smiths get my hair from Mandy?
You see... Another person is in the doorway, holding a fistful of hair, and she stares at you, Papa Scuff, and then she walks past you and doesn't say anything.
Mandy, are you okay? Is everything fine?
Am I okay?
Yeah,
Why is he here?
I don't know. He just came here and broke me out. My parents are currently looking for you because I was gonna sneak you the capacitor, but then, Howard Todd came, and apparently he has your invention, and I'm so confused. All I know is that there's currently spit on one of my park book pages, and I had to rip open a doll for this. God, I hope Miss Smith has a sewing kit somewhere.
I had to give the EMP to Howard here because Mr. Papa Scuff decided it was a good idea to stab my dad.
It was my father's idea. Don't ever assume that I have a big brain as my
Papa
father.
Scuff, you don't have a dad in the vault! What are you talking about?
Of course I do.
What's his name?
He's like a tall. Coincidentally, his name is also Papa Scuff. It's a
I
family
thought his
name.
name was Tyrone.
He's like a tall, has like
Shut the fuck up, okay?
6 legs,
Okay.
give or take.
Okay, shut up. Okay, Mandy. Okay, Mandy. Things are just weird right now. I got broken out of my room. Your dad got stabbed, which is still impossible for me to process. Papa Scuff drank all my family's alcohol in like one fell
He didn't
gulp.
drink all. Did he?
He probably
No,
did.
I just drank like one. I just drank the one thing that you didn't drink.
Yeah, the one bottle
one
that.
bottle.
Oh yeah, I drink alcohol. It's gross. Don't ever drink it. And now we have to go beat up.
I've
We have to
had
go-
alcohol before.
And now we have to go beat up. Now we have to go beat up fucking Isaiah. Because so the plan right now, because I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna like gently take the hair from her fist and start scattering it around.
Throw it out of your window.
No, like literally
Fucking
just scattering
sticking it
around
like-
like the main area,
What
like
if-
on the sofa and on the newspaper and stuff. So the main idea.
No, don't do that. Stop doing that.
No. I'm doing this for a reason.
No, you can use that hair
For what?
for something else.
You can eat it.
What would I use this hair for? I'm not using it for my dolls. Using real person hair is gross. I just pretend that
What
they're...
if you make it look like you're in bed?
You do realize that...
No, shut up.
You do. They're probably gonna, like, notice if I don't eat my food.
Oh, no, never mind. Just scratch the dumb bed idea.
So I'm gonna tell Mandy. Okay, so here's the plan, though, that we have. We use the EMP device to get rid of Isaiah's power suit's ability, and then I beat him up with my bare fists, so that way I won't get kicked out of the vault for anything like attacking someone with a knife. I'm just gonna glance at Papa Scuff there, like, you fucking idiot. And that way I'll just get grounded longer, but his reign of terror will be over because I beat him up, and I'll just only be grounded for longer.
Okay. I'm gonna have to tell you now. I can't go with you tonight.
I guess.
Because someone attacked my dad.
Yeah, I kinda got that from the fact that hearing that, oh, hey, where's Mandy? Why do you have the device? And hearing, oh, yeah, I stabbed Mandy's dad. Yeah, that kind of gave me a good hint that you're probably out of the mission for now, if not for a very long time, and probably never going to work with Papa Scuff again.
Howard Todd looks over at Mandy, and he looks over at you two, and he says, well, I'm not going with you guys, honestly.
Well, I guess I'm gonna beat up the Overseer's kid, okay? I'll do it alone. Papa Scuff, you hide somewhere and not get kicked out for stabbing Mandy's dad, and I'll just go beat up a kid, and if he beats me up, fine, I guess. No, not fine, but I'm just gonna go beat him up for you guys, okay? If I get grounded for longer, it's not gonna be a problem. I got zoo books to read. I got park books to read. I got National Geology.
National Geological, we've decided.
Is there an air vent nearby?
In the ceiling, I think there's one. Why?
I don't want to go back into the air vents.
Tootie needs a new arm because her robot arm is starting to get rusty. And then I'm gonna look at Papa Scuff and be like, don't you dare fucking go in those air vents.
Why not?
Was that a name of one of your dolls?
Yeah, Tootsie. Tootsie needs a new arm.
Actually, Howard Todd looks at you, Papa Scuff, and then he looks at the vent, and he says, actually, I have an idea. They said Alaska was so cold. They said to live there you gotta be oh so bold. They never knew just what we had till it was gone. Alaska, where'd you go? Alaska, where'd you go? Alaska, where'd you go? Why'd you go away? Alaska, where'd you go? Alaska, where did you go? Alaska, where'd you go? Why'd you go away? Yeah. They said Alaska must be cold. They said to live there you must be oh so bold. They never knew just what we had till it was gone, all gone. Hey everybody, this is your GM Overseer, Max. Sorry if I sound a little bit weird. I am a little bit sick and have been since August. I'm gonna see a doctor. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. But I'm gonna go see a doctor. I told you this episode was gonna be a bit of a doozy, and here we are at the end of it. If you would like to, I would very much appreciate it if you would follow us on Twitter at FalloutSOTN. I know I haven't been very active the past month. You know, I was kind of on a Twitter break, so I haven't been tweeting much. But I'm back now, and I'm, now that this episode's up, you will have started seeing announcements for the show a couple weeks ago, maybe a month and a half. I think we decided to do a bi-weekly schedule, if that wasn't obvious by now. We're getting close to the end of this first arc called Filled to Capacitor. That is the first time I'm sure you're hearing that said out loud, but you will have seen it in the title. the next episode's going to be great. It's a pretty good finale. There's definitely some interesting stuff that happens there at the end. So be sure to keep yourself tuned, I guess. If you want, you can tweet about the show. You can either mention us at FalloutSOTN, like I said, or you can, I guess, use the hashtag FalloutSOTN or hashtag Survivors of the North, whatever you want. And we'll check, and we may even name a character after you if you do that. So be sure to tweet about the show if you like it. We really appreciate it. Share this show with your friends if you think they'll like it. I don't think there's really any. I mean, obviously there are a million billion actual play podcasts, but I don't think there's any for this game in particular. Particularly, Vaults and Vertiberds or Dungeons and Deathclaws. I don't really know what they decided on calling it. I think they picked one of them. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it a lot. Anyway, the next episode will be up in... I have no idea when we're starting releasing these. So, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks. On the dot, I'm sure. Don't know the date. But 2 weeks. Thanks for listening.